How do you still have a good life if you are working 45 plus hours? I work 40-ish hours a week right now. In the summer, when we are busier, it's up to 50. I work in construction so hard. Physical labor. The main thing is that I like the guys I work with. Otherwise, I spend most of my free time trying to grow my motorcycle repair business, which I really enjoy doing. That really sounds like me, except the motorcycle repair business. The point why I'm still at my job are the people I work with, and to be honest, we have many freedoms. I jam my 46 hours into 4 days, so I have 3 days off in a row to enjoy myself. Working 4 days weeks has saved my mental health. I will forever prioritize time to live life over work. I'd rather have that free time than a couple extra bucks in my account. Those few extra bucks will make zero difference to what kind of living situation I can afford. Would rather be broke and happy. If I was doing absolutely nothing with my life outside of work, I would go back to 5-day weeks. But I enjoy lots of hobbies and activities I just don't have time for on the short 2 days weekend, when I need that weekend to do all the things I didn't have time for during the week. It's tough. You have to really cut some corners to maximize your personal time. I've worked damn near every possible hours imagined, and I've learned that my personal time is very valuable to me, and I get hostile as duck when it is infringed upon. Best hours I've worked was a 7 am 4 pm job, and then off at 3 pm on Fridays. 30-minute lunch though. Currently work 7-4. It's a very nice schedule. Laughs in surgery rotation on my 97th hour this week, while drinking my second pot of coffee for the day. I'm terrified of ever having surgery knowing that my surgeon is drinking 2 pots of coffee a day to get through the 100-hour work week. How do you not accidentally kill people? As a surgical resident, I have broken 130 hours in a week. Saying it's miserable is an understatement. Not only are the hours long, they're extremely busy and pretty much constant stress. Mistakes absolutely happen. Sometimes serious ones. The worst part is that residents are indentured servants. You have to work as much and as hard as they tell you to. You can't quit and get a better job. If you leave, you sacrifice your career in medicine, have wasted 4 years of medical school, and now have your same $250k in student loans without any realistic career prospects. Medical training today is improving, but still far from ideal. I worked so hard and so many hours when I was young trying to do the so-called American hard-working man. Worked on the ocean, bays, rivers, lots of landscaping, union steel work, sometimes 16 hours a day. Made great money and thought I'd be set. Now at only 43 years old I hurt like heck. Can't bend an inch in the am. Takes me a good 2 to 3 hours to get moving. All my joints hurt. I'm still really strong and can outwork most people once I'm stretched. But all that for nothing. I feel sick because of it. I was the guy who never took breaks. Tried impressing people I worked for, and they all loved it and made me feel like I was a great guy, when in reality in a way the lazy guy working was the smarter guy. Just upsets me that all I did I thought was the right way, the American way. Now I do less than ever, have less than ever, make less than ever. Also at 43 I feel like I just wasted my time and body to make boss man happy. Well, I always liked working really hard, but I wasn't making most of the profit from it. Now I know. I'm 43 and no idea where my life is leading. That's a lesson to all of you. Work smarter, not harder. Working hard is okay, but don't break your body making someone else most of the money. Start your own business and plan, because the older you get the faster time goes by. The last 10 years went by like 5. Good luck. Godspeed. That is extremely rough. I encourage you to spend some money on a massage or a yoga class. You worked really hard, and I personally think it is awesome that you did put in effort. You've got to put extra care into your body now. I know that like a massage or a yoga basic stretching class is not traditionally manly, but please give it a shot. My man is the same way. We're 24. I know he's going to have heck to pay later, but he absolutely refuses to listen or give these options a shot. I'm challenging you to watch and follow a stretching video on YouTube every day that you can fit one into your schedule. Side note, you're going to hurt at the beginning, but have some confidence in the process and your body. Try to outsource as many things as you can. If you can afford it, get a lawn care snow removal company. Also hire a house cleaner to do a once a month total clean. Order groceries online and just pick them up, or use free delivery if available. Plan to do 3 tasks a day so that they don't all pile up and eat your weekend. Automate bill payment through your bank so you are not always chasing missing bills. Manage your time. Try fitting exercise into your day. Cycle or walk to work. Go for a walk on your lunch break. Make phone calls that will take time, or where you have to wait on hold while you are walking. Plan your fun. There is no point in only existing. What do you love? Pre-cover days, I always planned to attend 3-4 concerts a year. I made lunch or dinner plans with a friend once a month. I attended yoga twice a week. Carve meaningful activities into your life so they actually happen. This is the way, but it's only realistic for people who are paid well. Yes and no. My husband doesn't quite understand when I say that you have to learn to multitask. So TV time at home is also knitting time, or video game time, and so on. And laundry folding, or laundry doing, or dishwasher loading unloading, or sweeping, or mopping, or workout. Decreasing consumption means less work overall. It's less garbage to worry about. That, and robots. There's many life-changing time-saving devices that are under 300, 500 that make a huge difference. My Roomba just died, and I'm this close to being inconsolable. I never appreciated how much it did. Get paid enough for your time. Enjoy your work. Makes sense. Thank you for this. You'd better ducking love your job. I worked a job once that was supposed to be 60 week driving a truck, but often it would get very close to that 70-hour legal limit in that profession. Money was damn good, but did it drain me? The good news is that I'm not even 30 and I'm in a position where I can work minimum wage for 20 each week and be just fine. So it was ultimately worth it. I feel like the American society and standards have everything out of proportion these days. We live to work, not work to live anymore. I don't. I'm always tired. I burn out. Remuneration isn't worth it either. I work 37.5-hour weeks and it still feels like too much most weeks. A 35 or 38-hour week is a standard where I'm from, but a lot of people seem to work much longer hours and seem to wear it as a badge of honor. Personally, I think it's madness. I work a 35-hour week and work regular hours, although we have flexibility arrangements for people who need them. I don't work evenings or weekends, as that is my own time, and I value my leisure and work-life balance. On the odd occasion that I have to work overtime, I do only what's necessary to get the job done, and I make sure I get the time back. I encourage my staff to do the same. I honestly hate that people praise or wanna be praised for working more. Maybe if that's what led to your success story, then sure, but if you just simply work more hours than a normal person and want people to look up to you purely because of that, then please duck off. I had a manager that would brag to me that he never took his breaks, and I'm just sitting here like, congrats man. You just gave more of your time to a company that literally couldn't give two shits about you. Don't have kids laughing my butt off. I don't. I just exist. I used to, you don't. I spent evenings at home being absolutely spent, and the half day Saturday and Sunday didn't do much to help. Maybe they have a job that they enjoy. Take care of yourself. A lot my time is based on managing stress and trying to get a decent amount of sleep. I have a satellite office, Wi-Fi and a laptop. The Wi-Fi is decent enough that I can sit outside with the laptop getting my work done. I'm overall an outdoorsy guy and like my job. 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm a single mom and I work 9 hours, multiply 9 days, every other Friday off. I have a kid in school. To manage this, I optimize everything to maximize my free time that I can spend with my child. I live near his school, so I'm not going crazy getting him to practices. I also live within 20 minutes of work, so I'm never too far if he needs me. I can also work from home. I live in a smaller place, so I have less to clean and maintain. I do all my regular errands during the week: groceries, drugstore, post office, pay bills, whatever. I try to do my chores in the mornings on Friday or Saturday, so my schedule is wide open for the rest of the weekend. I usually cook during the week, and I freeze what I don't eat, so it's less work if I'm not in the mood. I get a good night's sleep, so I'm not worn out. Also, I make lists, so I don't get anxious trying to remember everything I need to do. I don't try to solve every problem I have at once. So far it's been working well. Again, it's working well because I made a plan to get work, home and school within a small triangle of distance. If you're driving 30+ minutes everywhere, it eats a lot of time. If you've got a big house and yard, it eats a lot of time. If you're going to be working a lot, you don't also need these hassles. Unless you love your job, that's probably very difficult to do. I used to work 60-hour a week for 6 years and finally threw in the towel and moved back with my parents. I spend 5 less hours a week watching TV or playing video games. You don't unless you enjoy what you're working with. Your life happens on Saturdays and half of Sundays, and that's it. You gotta live the shit out of those 2 days to compensate. Honestly, drugs. By setting boundaries and ruthlessly enforcing them. When I'm off work, I don't even think about it. I get emails constantly, and they all can wait until Monday AM or the following AM, when I'm on the clock if you will. I carve out about 1 hour a day for self-care, which is CrossFit, hockey and a drink here and there with friends. Doing shit with my kids. I'm a priority and I make it that way, and ruthlessly enforce it. I only deal with work shit after hours, if it's an emergency or planned. I was working around 50 hours a week and doing fine. Of course, I was decently paid and had no kids, so that helped a lot. You need to value your free time and make plans, or be fine with not having any. If that's your thing, you can get a lot done in very little time if you're goal oriented. I'm currently working 40, 60+ hours a week depending on overtime opportunities. When I get home from work, my escape is the gym. After the gym, I cook if meal prep is necessary. Nights are spent with my partner or occasionally online with a few friends. Weekends, if I get them, usually have half a day reserved for meal prep and doing the entire week's laundry. If I don't get a weekend, I do my laundry and cooking in small batches on weeknights. Of course, it helps that I currently enjoy going to my job and my 20+ co-workers are pretty much all close in age and interests to me, so we all get along very well. Also, go to bed at a decent hour. You may think you can function on 5 hours of sleep, but the literature shows that not only is that not the case for nearly 100% of people, but that young people are more likely to overestimate their ability to perform on inadequate sleep despite obvious impairment. I used to work 25 hours a week for 4 years while going to school full time, and I vividly remember how different and negative my introspective voice was when I was sleep deprived versus a few days later when I'd repaid my sleep debt on the weekend. Last but not least, never be bitter. Let things go, and if something that happened to you months ago still makes you emotional, try to glean something from it and then let it go. Spite, bitterness, anger, excessive pride, etc. will all soil your mentality and prevent you from doing the things you actually enjoy. There are 100 other things that can be out of whack and will ruin your mood, but these are some of the bigger things that will overshadow everything else if left unchecked. A well-adjusted person shrugs off minor inconveniences, whereas someone who's barely keeping it together is liable to melt down at any moment. Too long didn't read He Who Has a Why to Live Can Bear Almost Anyhow, Friedrich Nietzsche. 45 isn't all that much. Those people doing like 80, duck, man. No idea. I don't have a good life. I've worked 60+ hour work weeks for a good portion of my working life. You just make the most of your 1 day off, etc. And also lots of sleep. Haha. It's all about time management. Edit after reading other comments. Yes, I also love my job. Not in a pandemic though. If your job is your passion and life's calling. Otherwise you don't. You don't. That's why I refuse to work more than 40. 45, that sounds glorious. Extra 15 hours to myself. Depends on each person. For me, how could you not enjoy it? Job is good. Even if I do 50 hours, I still have 14 hours a day I'm not working, and a full weekend free. I don't need more than that to relax. Laughs in medical residency. Work is work and life is life. I used to work 60+ hours every week.